Here are 3 tools that will give you more confidence while studying English. Welcome everybody, my name is Marcelo. I work at Approach International Student Center, your first home away from home. Before we start this video, remember, make sure to subscribe and also like the video and share it with your friends so more people get to know about our channel and have these amazing tips delivered to them as well, right? For the first tip today, I want to talk about setting achievable goals. Now, probably you have heard of a SMART goal. S stands for specific, M for measurable, A for attainable, R for realistic, and T for time-bound, right? In the A in a SMART goal, the attainable part, the achievable part, is perhaps the most important one. You need to set goals that you know you're going to achieve. In terms of studying English, we usually tend to do one of these 2 things. Either we say to ourselves, we're going to study, I'm going to learn this language right now, and then we sit down to study and we study for like 2 hours straight, right? And then what happens on the next day? We don't even study for 5 minutes or 1 minute, or we completely forgot because we think, you know what, I studied so hard yesterday, there's no reason for me to study again. So when you set a goal of, studying 2 hours a day, that is probably not an attainable goal. It is not an achievable goal, not in a normal adult's life, okay? So what you can do is set a smaller goal. You set a more achievable one. You say, you know what? Every single day, I'm going to study for 15 minutes. I'm going to take 15 minutes of my day. I'm going to put on a podcast. I'll listen to that, English only. I'll take some notes and done. If you do that for, consistently enough, you will see the improvement already. Now, remember, set these goals on a piece of paper, write them down. It's very important to write it, not type it. Write them down. That will make you memorize even more. And remember to set an attainable goal, an achievable goal. Don't go for crazy things, not yet. Going for crazy things is important too, but not right now. We are starting to learn the language, so we want to keep it attainable. Remember the SMART goal acronym. Set achievable goals. All right? For the second tip, I think it's closely related to this one, which is practice regularly. Consistency is key. I will never get tired of saying that. Consistency is key. You need to study every single day. It's very important. And when I say study, remember, I'm talking about keeping in contact with the language, okay? You need to keep in contact with the language every single day, guys. Unfortunately, it is what it is, okay? You need to be able to live the English language every single day. When you immerse yourself like that in the language, your acquisition of the language will come much faster. And just like I told you, remember I talked about listening to a podcast. Yes, you may say, oh, but just listening to a podcast, will that change anything? You would be surprised. You would be surprised of how many chunks of words you would learn, how many sentences you would learn, how many phrasal verbs you would learn, how many ways of saying things you would learn. You know why? Because there are certain things that we say in English that we say only in English. If we try to translate from our, native language to English, the way we say it in our native language, it might not work out that great. I think one example would be, when we say, okay, I'm going to make my bed, right? Make my bed. It's basically to organize your bed, to tie up your bed. If I translated that to, from Portuguese to English, Portuguese is my native language, I would say I'm going to tidy up my bed if I translated that from Portuguese to English. But in English, that doesn't make much sense, It makes more sense if I say I'm going to make my bed. Everybody understands, right? So, and then you only get those things when you live the language, when you are really in contact with the language. So practice regularly, okay? And for the third tip, I want to talk to you about self-reflection. You need to self-reflect. So I would suggest for you to have a journal, right? So get a notebook and start writing about your progress. So you're going to start putting in there, remember, always writing, putting in there your progress in the English language. You're going to start by maybe saying, okay, today I learned this, this, and that. Tomorrow you're going to go again, okay, yesterday I learned this, this, and that, but today I learned this, this, and the other. So when you do that, you're going to be self-reflecting in your progress, and what's going to happen is you're going to get confident. You know why? Because you're going to see after 1 week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, you're going to see where you were in your progress in your English life and where you are right now. And when you see that curve, you're going to be like, okay, this is working. And then when you have this idea that, this is working, guess what's going to happen next? Fluency comes next, because you're never going to stop studying the language. You're never going to stop being in contact with the language. And what's going to happen is that you're going to finally be able to communicate clearly in the English language and then achieve fluency. And I have a bonus tip for you. The bonus tip is incredible. It's my favorite thing. Celebrate your progress. Make sure you look back to where you were. Take a look at where you are right now and celebrate it. Give yourself a treat. Give yourself a pat on the back, because learning another language is not easy. And if you did that, and if you're doing that, you are doing a great job. And that means that you can do much more than you thought that you could, right? That was it for today. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with other people, okay? I'll see you in the next one. Bye.